Men are, without a doubt, opting out of relationships, employment, and education, which is devastating for men, women, and society. I want to talk about the reasons why men are choosing to attend MGTOWA. I would like to discuss that. I now make a lot of videos about this. Men are leaving, and I pay close attention to the issue and consume a lot of media. Additionally, it is not merely sporadic. The unfortunate fact is that unhappy and dissatisfied men are not the only ones. No, it is nowhere near that. Everywhere in Western civilization, this takes place. Men are not meant to have relationships with women. These positions have been filled by women, but they are not suitable for them. Women have assumed these roles where men are not creating families or careers. Helping women with these useful jobs costs more money than they make, which is overwhelming for society and civilization. Let's just talk about some of the specifics. We can also see that this cannot continue for a long time. Men lost 3/4 of their jobs, mostly in manufacturing, during the 2008 Great Recession. Now, if you heard this, you might think that manufacturing jobs don't matter. The importance of a high-paying office job is much greater. That is not entirely accurate, because it includes more than just the goods and productive labor performed by the manufacturing class. In addition, they assist the families that make up the population, which constitutes your actual tax base. Additionally, a single person would do much better in an office job. The issue is that men cannot continue working in offices. I'm sorry, guys. No one cares how good you are. If you don't want to behave like a complete beta blue pill, you won't be able to keep your office job. To do that, you'll have to give up your masculine body. If you don't think things will get that bad, look at the older men. If you don't think things will get that bad, look at the older men. In that setting, and keep in mind that things are only getting worse, is it true that women are doing well in the workplace? She only needs to express a small amount of concern regarding this other guy, his behavior, or how he makes her feel. As a result, empowered women at work are like this. This is the extent to which women's wants, needs, and feelings are prioritized in our society and civilization. That is the current trend. And especially in a workplace where production takes a back seat, it mostly involves something else. Men are not the ones creating work. Since women cannot do that, you wouldn't be able to either. It is nowhere near as successful. The men are effectively driven from their hunting grounds as a result. That's exactly what it is, even though it may sound odd. There is something very fundamental and instinctive going on here. As stated earlier, this is not a singular instance. All Western civilizations, which do not even have replacement population growth rates, have experienced it. How do you plan to present your argument? That, in my opinion, is a wonderful friend. That is fantastic. Despite your incredible magnificence, your civilization is deteriorating. An easy linear extrapolation can also be used to figure out how long it will take. So, what do you mean by that? We can also do the same thing with our money. The same can be done for yours. Additionally, you can simply project it outward. If things continue as they are, where will you be in the future? We want to change things as a result, and men are now quitting their jobs. Some of them, on the other hand, will turn things around and launch businesses. Because they need the system, most of them won't start their businesses. I also apologize for saying that. Permit me to talk about the educational system, because the same thing is happening there. Both men and boys are being kicked out of early childhood education. Because they are boys, the boys are being conditioned and demonized. They are humiliated and given drugs. Grades are being given out based on conformity, submission, following the rules, and conformity. Men do not exhibit these characteristics. Those are not characteristics of an independent male child. I'm sorry to have said that, but why is that? It's as if you're punishing the strongest and healthiest men for their actions, ruining your best, and setting an example for others. You are teaching other people to foolishly bow down to female desires from a young age. It is offensive. Additionally, The surrounding men give in out of a desire to be liked by the women as well. As a consequence of this, everyone in society has the impression that they are being held hostage and must behave cautiously. Additionally, once the women take control of your educational system, they will want to grade things like sitting still, influencing boys, and not teaching mathematics. Think about it. Little Johnny is exceptionally adept at following directions. Think about that. So, here you are, just like the people who want to get married and have kids. He is very good at staying still and doing what you tell him to do now that you have a son. Is it good that he can do that so well? As a result, men are reluctant to do that. Okay, let's take a look at the law. Do I need to say anything? Alimony arrears could land you in jail. It's like the only country in the world. If a man does not provide for a woman for the rest of their life, he risks jail time. Give it a look. I'm sure there are some of you who are thinking, oh, he's just some loser complaining about women. So, you fall in love with a woman, maybe have a child, and then break up, is that correct? Isn't it true that you'll have to pay for the upbringing of that child? Naturally, you are. That seems fair, right? I worry about the child. Now let's say they decide that she needs to be paid more than $2,500 a month to care for the child and herself. You can only provide her with $1,500 per month for a while if you've been through some difficult times and are unable to do so, right? You are on your way to prison. What is your opinion? Yeah, but I mean it. Why are you seriously going to jail? Men are therefore leaving. What gives a man permission to do that? She could divorce him without good cause. After he takes his children, house, everything he has worked for, and his reputation, he must pay to take care of her for the rest of her life. Or he goes to prison with a person he despises. Great. In general, men's submission to women and women's willingness to coerce men into submission. Men, on the other hand, are deserving targets of their biology. They even have no idea what's going on. Yes, honey, yes, dear. They just want to hear. Then they want to have children together. Our society as a whole is focused on taking care of these people, not on production, efficiency, or building a better future. Instead, it focuses on satisfying the fleeting whims and desires of a wealthy class that despises those who help, shame, and manipulate them. These entitled princesses have been completely rewarded by you. But that's the way things work. They respond in this manner when it is said to them that honorable men are not good men. That's how the news industry currently operates. That is all they are doing. They are merely making others feel bad. If you don't go along with us or support our political policies, we will slander you. Decent men are avoiding this. Naturally, this is encouraging the worst behavior in other people, women, and humans. And if a man was a young man who was raised in this system, he must accept it to date women and advance in life. Because of this obstacle, men are leaving on every level. Additionally, if you are thinking, hello, you're crazy. I just want to get out there and use this system to my advantage. That's fantastic. However, while I do not intend to undermine your motivation in any way, consider the circumstances of the other men and simply include everything. I said in previous videos that I don't know if this is a bad or deliberate act. Rather, it is a feature of our nature and a form of male exploitation. He needs to protect the women. He wishes to assist others. He intends to support you. He wants to act ethically. As a result, you demonstrate to him that it is moral to assist the weak and care for women, the needy, and those who cannot care for themselves. If he consistently disregards your instructions, he is no longer your servant. He will follow suit if you simply state that he does not perform or take care of that aspect of being a man. In addition, it is absurd and relates to the physiological response of man to the world. To put it another way, once he agrees to follow the egotistical princess snob who is manipulating him, lying to him, and telling him that he must hold the door open and that he must accept a B grade rather than an A grade because we are all on a curve now and she is a fool. In other words, once he agrees to follow the snob, he must pay insurance premiums even though he is perfectly healthy and has never seen a doctor. Is it not true that he is required to pay taxes on individuals who are not even citizens of his country? As a result, he must declare bankruptcy and lose money. You owe him. Is it acceptable for you to steal food that he has earned from his table? Give it to someone who doesn't come from his country, doesn't like him, plays the victim, wants multiple children, and will teach them to do the same, right? You're saying, hey, you're a bad man, and you don't get to meet women. And if he doesn't agree, they won't participate. What's happening? Could you possibly make the men a better offer? Yeah. If they don't do as you tell them, I suppose you could lock them up. Oh, but haven't we already started doing that? Oh, I suppose you could teach them from a young age. Oh, but haven't we already started doing that? I suppose you could make them do it by giving them medicine when they were little, but we already do that, right? You could probably take all of your media and entertainment. Additionally, you put these anti-human ideas into action through your religion and government, because they are not only anti-male but also anti-human and anti-productive. We already do that. This is the reason why men are leaving. MGTOW must therefore be present to provide men with this insight, the philosophy that underpins it, some guidance on how to navigate it, and the understanding that they are not alone.